those feathers to tie their lures. And for a long time, they were relying on wild poached birds for those feathers.
Did you know
So
that?
now at Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, along with other zoos, we collect the naturally molted feathers from our birds. We send them off to those fly tyers free of charge, and they in turn make contributions to koi conservation in Africa.
That's
So
great.
that the wild birds are protected.
That's
They
great.
have some meatballs they're tossing to them. Out in the wild, they would eat a lot of rodents, lizards, snakes. They eat bugs, they'll eat berries. They also really like acacia sap, or the gum that comes out of the acacia tree, which is really high in protein. And sometimes a bug or two might be caught up in that sap as well, so that's an extra treat. So prior to the show, I actually had some peanut butter that I smeared on a couple branches for the birds, so that's our equivalent of acacia gum. Koris are also, the males can weigh just over 40 pounds and still have the ability to take flight, so they are the world's heaviest flying bird. They have a 9 to 11 foot wingspan to get up off the ground, but to fly when you weigh that much takes a lot of energy, so most of the time you'll see them hanging out on the ground like they are in our exhibit, and if they can outrun a predator to get away, that's exactly what they will do.
It's like dinosaurs.
Some other birds that we have that like insects are little white cattle egrets. They're kind of hiding in the back of the yard right now. We'll toss them some meat, see if we can get them to come a little bit closer.
They're going to go to those
Cattle
little guys.
egrets are originally from Africa, but they're now found on every continent except Antarctica. So they have had the largest natural migration of any species.
What did he say?
She said she's going to watch them real close, but that they're safe.
So cattle egrets get their name because they
I'm sorry, can you say Patley with a P? Cattly. Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. I heard you.
So they follow around large hoofstock such as cows, giraffe, zebra, and they eat the bugs that those animals stir up as they're moving through the grasses. Here in the U.S., they've learned to follow tractors around in farmers' fields and eat the bugs that way. So as a result, farmers don't have to spray as many pesticides on our crops.
There's a chipmunk stalking her over here. It's cracking me up.
Where?
He's right here in the bush, stalking. It's like, what do you have? Oh, oh, the big ones. Oh, they like those moths. I saw him go. Oh, look at. Turk, turk, turk. She hasn't told us about those ones yet.
These are guinea fowl. So they're related to chickens.
Oh, wow.
We have two species. These ones are helmeted guinea fowl because they have a bony pattern on their head that comes just like a helmet.
Oh, look at that one. A helmet?
How about the little guy that looks like my father-in-law with the balding, with a little ring around its head and then a dome?
Oh, so you saw the blue and black one?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a vulturine guinea fowl.
Oh,
It
okay.
has a bald head like a vulture, which is where it gets its name. Like the cattle egrets, these guys like to eat a lot of bugs. They also eat weed seeds. They scratch around in the dirt to get those items.
They're like chickens.
They're like chickens and ducks. That's for sure. They're gonna get you.
And they are often referred to
Yeah,
as
he's been stalking her for a while.
They're often called Africa's watch chickens because they make a very
doesn't like that one.
shrill alarm call, letting animals know that there's something area.
They look like, they remind me of turkeys, the way they're behaving.
They're foul.
Now we have
They're
three
foul.
Cape Griffin vultures. Now this one's kind of heavy, so you guys might have to hold it.
Wow, that's nuts. When did we get the vultures?
As far as I know, they've been when?
Yeah, I don't remember
They've been
them.
for as long as African Rotali's been open.
Oh, okay.
So
I
we bring them
don't
down
remember
for the
them.
bird show. We try and get them into the yard. Most of the time, though, they hang out at the far end along our trail. So yeah, if you don't look for them in the right place, they're kind of hard to eat the bones.
Oh my goodness, you guys.
Oh, look at him go.
Oh my gosh.
So vultures don't hunt, they only eat what's already dead. So they provide a great service cleaning up all those dead carcasses that are lying out on the savanna. And this is pretty typical. You can have hundreds of vultures at a single carcass all fighting for their share of meat. So there's a lot of fighting, cackling,
Oh,
goose
look at 'em.
stuffing, where they show each other their talents. So they try and intimidate one another so that they can get more of the food. Since they're a scavenger, they don't know when their next meal is coming, so they'll eat as much as they can. And they can eat up to a quarter of their body weight at one sitting.
Wow.
So in addition to cleaning up those carcasses, vultures are actually really great at helping prevent the spread of disease. The animal could have died of rabies, cholera, anthrax, all sorts of really nasty things that you and I do not want to have. The vultures could eat that meat. They don't get sick themselves. They defecate around that carcass, killing the grasses in the area, which keeps other animals, herbivores, from feeding in a contaminated area so that disease has time to die off. And vultures themselves don't pass illness on to other animals.
Wow.
So,
What an
for
awesome-
that reason, Asia has lost some 99% of its vultures in the last decade, which is about 40 million birds, which is kind of hard to imagine. As a result, disease is running rampant. And now the same thing is starting to happen in Africa. And a large reason for their decline is due to poisoning. A lot of ranchers put out poisoned carcasses to keep hyenas, jackals, lions away from their livestock.
Right.
Vultures don't know that carcass is poisoned. They eat that meat and they can't process the poisons. It's killing off the vultures. So a lot of education is needed to help these farmers realize how valuable vultures are to the health of themselves, their families, and their livestock, so that hopefully they can change their methods. When you guys came in, you got a token to vote for a conservation project of your choice. Vultures is one of those projects. That's money going to South Africa to help with research on how to better take care of these guys in the wild and for education purposes.
Great.
If you haven't voted, consider voting for vultures.
I still have them.
Even if you have extra quarters on your way out, you can stick those in.
Okay. Well, now I know why I brought out those quarters.
So how do they keep from what's the word? How do they not get like the diseases there? Is their body temperature higher?
I don't think anybody really knows for sure. They do have really powerful digestive juices that can break down those viruses
Before
and
they
that
get into their
bacteria.
bloodstream. Okay.
musical carcass.
But I'm sure that's probably one thing researchers are working on is to see how they do that.
That would
That
be
could hold a key to a great
right. Awesome for.
vaccination even for
Yeah.
us and other animals too. So we not get those diseases.
They're beautiful. I love when they spread their wings. They're so huge.
And R3 actually came from South Africa. They were injured in power line collisions.
Oh wow.
And lost their ability to fly because they have permanent wing damage.
Oh wow.
So they wouldn't survive in the wild because of that. So that's why they were brought into captivity.
So they'll never fly again.
No.
You don't
And
have
if
to
you
clip
look
their
at their
wings.
wings as they're holding them, you can see they're kind of twisted
Right.
and flared out, and that's from those injuries.
Oh wow.
So actually, one of the things, there are vulture rehabilitators in South Africa that take in wounded and sick birds and release what they can. But one of the things they're doing is they're building big power line pylons in their enclosures.
Hey,
So
you
they
want
can
to let
do
her
better
take some
research
pictures?
as to how to design those so that they don't hurt the birds.
Well,
Just
as
hit
I
the
was
top
saying,
button.
there's a
Just my
great
phone.
reason for zoos, and we're so lucky.
Yeah. One right.
Here?
Other one. There you go. Right
This
there.
one?
Yep.
That's not a top button. That's a bottom button.
Whatever. When you hold it up, it's
Oh, there's Grandpa.
Just stand right
I love that one.
and then turn around and look this way. We'll get a picture with you and the vulture.
you can turn it the other way. There you
Oh,
go.
there you go. They're so. I was telling her how, I don't like when people put pet birds, especially the finches and
Thank
stuff.
you.
You're welcome.
That's so sweet.
Oh, right.
Thanks for sharing. You're wonderful. And
Thanks for helping, guys.
I'm sorry, this one here, Grandpa?
Oh, a vulturine guinea fowl.
Vulturine guinea fowl. Okay, I'm going to remember that one, because he does. He looks like
He
my
looks like-
father-in-law.
It's like half vulture, half turkey. Or kind of
Peacock.
Pretty much,
like
yeah.
a peacock, yeah.
No, I just like the whole balding, he almost needs a comb over going on or something.
Yeah, and both of these species actually, when they're hatched, they actually have down feathers on their head,
Do they?
but they go bald after a couple weeks.
Oh wow.
That's what they look like when they're
Are they all hens or are they mixed?
No, the vulturine is a female.
Okay.
The other ones we have a mix. and they're not the easiest thing to tell apart,
I
but
was-
the males have a larger casque on their head, and their wattles, which are the red things on the side of their faces, are
A little bit bigger.
and brighter.
Is
Okay.
that cool? Did you say
Uh-oh.
thank you?
Look,
Okay.
that was pretty wonderful, huh? Now we know who we can give our extra quarters to. Right.
Vultures.
I always wonder when we go up there, and I never do it until the end. And
That's smart, actually. I kind of wish they had it set
Are
up
those
a little
natural
so that
markings
you could
on their
it
actually
chest?
go
pattern
through
on
and
different-
Are
yeah.
those natural bare spots on their chest?
Yep. All
Wow.
their baldness is just to help keep moving
Okay.
when they're feeding on a carcass.
Well, they're beautiful.
What do you think we got?
No, look at that one.
I think he misses you, Vince, and I think he was pretty interested in waiting for your carcass.
That one looks like he's good to eat when he dies.
You look pretty, like you got some bones going in there.
Yeah, we had no metal ones down there, none.
Okay.
Oh, look
The
at,
giraffe?
oh,
Yes, let's go feed the giraffes.
Okay. They're still, that one's still going.
I know, he's hungry.
Like I said, they eat.
This one here just is kind of funny. Well, even if they know they're going to be fed, I mean, but they'll still eat and eat and eat.
Oh yeah.
Like they
I'm looking at the black
They defecate
bird.
like that.
It's a natural thing for them to gorge themselves and eat as much as they can. Just because in the
Mom.
wild, they don't know when they'll find food again.
Let's go feed
This one here just seems like he's a,
This one?
yeah.
He's like,
Hey, oh, you going to talk to me some more?
I don't one. You got your daily share.
You have to go over there.
So confused.
Alright, that's- Alright,
I want
let's
to
go
see what he
the
does. You guys can go over there, and I'll be there in a minute. Yeah. I told you that chipmunk. He's been stalking you.
Every day. Never fails.
Well, I have a squirrel that comes to my door every morning,
Yeah.
and he doesn't like the cheap nuts. He wants the good stuff, the almonds, the pecans, the.
Yeah.
Hey! Thanks again, ladies, so much. You too. Hey, bye, bud. Oh, you gonna get some water? That's what you were looking for.